everyone, this is Sabamil. Our today's topic is determinants of PED. PED, price elasticity of demand. So let's get started. So price elasticity of demand is determined by the ease with which consumers can change their demand. So here we are going to learn about some factors so that are the reason. So due to those factors, consumers can change their demand. So the first one is the nature of the good. So as you know, in our daily life, we have different types of goods, but the most extremist types are necessities. Necessities are those type of goods which we have to use in our daily life. For example, our food, for example, clothing, we need cloth, for example, transport. So these are the goods that we use in daily basis. So their demand will be inelastic always because we have to use at every cost. And the second type of goods are luxuries. Luxuries are those goods that are not very necessary, are not essentials. We can survive without them. So their demand will be elastic. Their example may be some sports car or sports bike or some luxury house, because house is enough to live. But if we want to have a luxury house, so then its demand will be elastic because we can survive without that house. All right, now moving to the second point, that is the definition of a good. So there are some types of goods, they are broadly defined, their demand will be inelastic, and some type of goods, they can be defined closely, closely defined goods. So their demand will be elastic. Now how, listen carefully. Look, broadly defined goods are inelastic in nature because they have relatively fewer substitutes. They have fewer substitutes. On the other hand, if a good or service is more closely defined, its potential substitutes will increase. So its substitutes are increased, its replacement is easy to find. So their demand will be elastic. I hope you understand. Now moving to the third point, that is a number of substitutes. Number of substitutes. So if any product having less substitutes, their demand will be inelastic. Are those goods or products, they are having more than one substitutes or more substitutes, or they have more replacement, so their demand and these type of good will be elastic good or elastic demand. Now let's take the example. The more substitute for a product, the more easily a consumer can shift from one product to another. For example, any shampoo or any soap or any bath soap or any toothpaste or anything that you can switch. So their demand is elastic because their replacement is easy to find. Or you can find any other thing if one thing is not coming or its brand is not coming, so you can use the other thing because they are elastic in demand. But there are some specific goods, they are inelastic in their demand. So which type of good? Maybe we can take the example of Wabda in Pakistan, because its substitute is not easily available. If Wabda is not giving us the electricity, maybe we use just for some time generator, some other UPS, etc., to just replace. It is not easily available, so that's why it is inelastic in demand. So the number 4 one is habit forming or consumer loyalty. So there are so many things that we addictive to use. Their demand will be inelastic, and there are so many goods, they are non-addictive in their nature or in their use. So their demand will be elastic. So what are the things, which are the things that can be addictive? Maybe alcohol. You can take the example here, alcohol, or maybe some type of drugs, or some type of medicines, or maybe smoking or cigarette. All right, so they are addictive in nature, so that's why these type of products demand will be inelastic. Are non-addictive, or anything that is non-addictive, we can survive without these goods, so their demand will be elastic. All right, now moving to the next point, that is time. Time, if we want any product or any goods and services urgently in emergency, then its demand may be inelastic, because we cannot increase some product or any product instantly. And if we need a thing that we have a spare time or enough time to find or to search or to use, so more time we actually available to use that thing or to buy the thing, then its demand will be elastic. So which type of thing, for example, for inelastic goods, we can take the example of life-saving medicine. Life-saving medicine can be taken as an example. Also insulin. So, in diabetics, the patient that they use insulin, they need them in urgently basis, in emergency need. So its demand will be inelastic. And those products or those medicine or those items, they are not need to take urgently basis, on urgently basis or urgently. So then their demand will be elastic. So I hope you understand. Let's move to the other point that I make for you. So that is number 6, spending patterns. So it also depend our spending patterns on some type of good in our life that we use large proportion of our income, and some type of goods, our goods and services in our life that we use a small proportion of our income on them. So those goods where we put a small proportion of our income, consumer will spend a very small proportion of their income. So their demand definitely will be inelastic. Therefore, consumer remain indifferent to any change in their prices, causing their demand to be inelastic. All right, and those goods like cars are those which consumers spend a major proportion of their income. Car. If you want to buy a car, if you want to buy a house, then it means you need to spend a large proportion of your income on these type of goods. Then their demand for these type of goods will be elastic. So this is the different, and these were the determinants of demand for today. I hope you understand all the points. If you find any difficulty in any point or in any concept, you can write in the comments or you can email me. I will definitely give reply to each and every person. Thank you so much for your time. Take care, stay connected.